Hi, everyone. My name is Sarah Ashton. I'm the program coordinator of the Pathways to Medicine Scholarship Program, and I'm being joined by Henny, who is also just graduated from the Pathways to Medicine Scholarship Program and is applying to medicine at this moment, and Monmoy, who is a recruiter for the University of Calgary and who will also be watching the Q&A and helping answer questions. Because I'm sharing my screen and it's like the presentation and it's full screen, I actually can't see the Q&A. Okay, there we go. So I can't see your questions at this moment, but I'll stop sharing at the end and then I'll be able to answer anything that Henny and Monmoy can't answer. So before we even get started, typically when people see pathways to scholarship, sometimes they think that this is like how to get into medicine. But this is actually a scholarship program specifically for people that are low to medium income earners and Alberta residents. So it is a scholarship program that guarantees that you get into medicine right outside of high school, but the eligibility requirements are specifically for low to medium income earners and Alberta residents. So if your family makes more than $150,000 a year, this scholarship is not for you and you can still get into medicine just the mainstream way. And Monmoy, you said that there is a medicine session, a similar session coming up. Do you mind putting that in the chat of which day that's going to be coming up?
For sure.
Thank you. Okay, so if you are not eligible, you are fully welcome to go and enjoy the rest of your evening. If you are eligible, stay on, and I'm going to be talking about what Pathways to Medicine is, some of the benefits, the eligibility requirements, how to apply, the deadlines, and then you'll also be hearing from Henny and about her experience as well. And then at the end, we will have a Q&A, and I'll be able to see the questions that are coming up. Okay. So the overview, I'll be talking about what is Pathways to Medicine, the benefits, who's eligible, how to apply, and the deadlines. We already talked a little bit about who's eligible, so it will be pretty quick. So what is Pathways to Medicine? So it's a scholarship program, and the mission of Pathways to Medicine is to assist students from low socioeconomic, rural, and Indigenous backgrounds in their journey of becoming physicians through financial, academic, and personal support. Our vision is to graduate physicians who reflect, understand, and effectively serve our diverse Alberta population. So we want physicians to represent the rest of Alberta. There's a lot of research that shows that when a physician has lived experience that kind of matches that of their patient, they're actually a lot more empathetic, they provide better care, and it's better for the patient. So that's why the entire Pathways to Medicine scholarship program exists, so that we have physicians that represent and look like the rest of Albertans. So some of the benefits to this scholarship program, let's see, let me hide me a little bit. There we go. The tuition, so we do cover tuition of $5,000 per year. So you win the scholarship, you're granted the scholarship right out of high school. So if you're in grade 12, you can apply for the scholarship right now. You get tuition coverage of $5,000 per year over 4 years in your undergrad. So that's $20,000. Then you also get support for your MCAT and your MMI prep programs. MCAT is the admissions exam to get into medicine. And MMI is for multiple mini interviews, and that is the med school interview, which is very unique. Med schools in, I think the US are also picking it up, but a lot of Canadian med schools are doing this interview, and it's very special, and we help train you for that. There's an enrichment series for personal and professional development. So our undergrad students get trained to become really good physicians while they are also in their undergrad and doing their classes. And we just did a suturing lab. We just did medical ethics. We've been learning about like what it's like to be a family doctor, what it's like to be a palliative care doctor. So we have these sessions to kind of um, enrich the students and provide that development. Mentorship from Cummings School of Medicine students and faculty. So in your very first year, when you're first entering the University of Calgary, our scholars get matched with a fourth year scholar, and that fourth year scholar knows all about the clubs and the university and kind of who to talk to, when to talk to people, and all about our massive campus. Um, so that's really helpful to help them get integrated into the University of Calgary. And then in their second year, they get matched with a faculty member. And that faculty member is also a physician. So we have students that are matched with emerge docs and neurologists and respirologists and family docs. And so they get connected with these doctors and they can shadow them and kind of have someone to answer all of their questions and to help them along the whole medicine process. And then the big thing, the reason that everyone really wants this scholarship is because you get granted Cummings School of Medicine admission after you complete your undergrad and complete the program. So for those of you who are in grade 12, you would have hopefully applied to the University of Calgary already, or you're thinking about applying. You can also apply for your awards, and I'll talk a little bit about how to apply to those. You would apply for awards, you'd finish your grade 12, and then you you win the scholarship ideally, and then you enter into your first year of university, and you're taking your classes, and you're also in the Pathways to Medicine scholarship program at the same time. You're getting trained to be a good physician while you're in your classes, and then at the end of your 4-year undergrad, then you go right into medicine. So who is eligible? We talked a little bit about this. You have to be from an Alberta high school and you have to be passionate about becoming a physician. We take students from low socioeconomic, rural, or Indigenous backgrounds. And then this last one is parents without higher education degrees, so like master's, PhDs, and law degrees. I would take that one with a grain of salt. We have students who have parents that have masters and PhDs. However, those parents were trained in another country and came to Canada and their credits didn't transfer properly and they're not working in their field. And those students, like their children, were still able to get into our program and they actually make for really amazing scholars because their parents tend to know how hard university is and really value education. So we do take students that have family members with higher education degrees, but it's only in like specific circumstances. So don't let that stop you from applying. And then how to apply. So we've talked about the benefits and the eligibility and or benefits and eligibility. So if you're still interested in applying, how you can apply is you apply to the University of Calgary and then you get access to your My Calgary portal. And in there you can access an awards form and you fill out this big, large questionnaire and it's going to ask you a ton of questions like, do you play ringette? Do you smoke? Do you play chess? Are you interested in the Pathways to Medicine scholarship program? So check yes on this box. Check yes even if you're not certain if you actually qualify. Because after this deadline, so I'll show you the deadline. After December 1st, I get a list of everyone who has checked yes on that box and I see if you qualified. And if you qualify, I reach out to you and you can then begin the med school application. So our application matches the same as med school because we're taking students and we're putting them basically like directly into med school after their undergrad. So our students go through an interview and they have to have references and we also look at your grades. So the big thing here is this December 1st deadline. A lot of awards close on March 1st, and last year our award closed on March 1st. We've now moved it up to December 1st for a number of reasons. I don't have time to go into all of them, but the important thing is that December 1st is the deadline to apply to our award. And if you check that box after December 1st, I'm not going to be able to see that you actually checked off that box. So December 1st, apply to awards. Honestly, apply to awards before December 1st anyways, because we're not the only award that closes that day. There's a number of prestige awards that close as well. So if you apply before this December 1st date, then you kind of get to put your hat into all of those different buckets and you can get your free money, which is also really nice. So if you have questions that you don't get answered today, pathways@ucalgary.ca is my email. I'm the one that responds to that. This QR code also leads to our website where you can get in more information and see our manual and everything else. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing so then I can see the Q&A.